Hello everyone, welcome to 5 Girls 5 Minutes. It's Monday, I'm Sarah, and this is my second take because I went a little bit over in my last take. So anyway, there's only one question this week because Sel just came back and didn't ask a question and was mostly just asking old questions, and Tara was not able to film until hopefully this week, and we need to see Libby again. But anyway, Tally's question was, did I prefer larger or smaller classes in college? And mine's a kind of specific answer, because I was an English major, and I preferred my English major classes to be small, because that way we got to know the professor and we got to know each other and work together in like workshops. Because I had a lot of workshop classes, like a creative fiction class, a creative nonfiction class, and a creative poetry class. And it was nice to get to know everybody in it, and a creative playwriting class too. It was nice to get to know everybody and kind of work together on stuff and get feedback that we would appreciate because we actually felt like we knew the person rather than it just being from strangers, if that makes sense. But when it came to other things like science and math and things that were not my core focus, I preferred lectures because I didn't want to, I didn't need to be close to the professors for those classes because it was just basic general studies class work. But I had a small math class my freshman year, and so the professor got to know me well enough to make fun of me for rereading Lord of the Rings, because he saw me rereading it. He was like, hadn't you already read that? You're weird. And, yeah. But overall, I preferred the smaller classes. My college was pretty small too, but I don't think it's as small as yours, as Agnes Scott. Agnes Scott sounds really cool. I wish I could go there someday. It's not too far away from me because I'm just a few states away. And it's really cool that John and Hank went to your school because, it makes your school even more awesome that they would choose to go to your campus because I don't think they're doing a whole bunch of college campuses. Maybe they are. I think they went somewhere in Boston or something. So they're doing a few, but only a few. They're mostly trying to do bookstores, I think. Bookstores and maybe libraries. But anyway, that's awesome. And while we're talking about that, I just want to show you, because I did this, and it's the first time I've ever tried this. I did a whole little scrapbooky thing for The Fault in Our Stars. That's not part of it. This is something Tara wrote and I put in there. But this is confetti that I stole, and this was around my wrist, and this is the program. And I made it so you could still go through the program. I'm proud of it. Yes, anyway, on to my questions that don't have anything to do with that. I want to know something that has been discussed before, something that's very popular on Tumblr. How do you pronounce those moving pictures that sometimes have words that say what they're saying, and I prefer that, but the moving pictures that you see quite often posted on Tumblr, I call them GIFs, and a lot of people would argue that they're pronounced GIF, like peanut butter. But I call them GIFs because the G stands for graphic, and the first sound in graphic is G, so it would be GIF. And I think anybody who pronounces it GIF should explain to me why, because it makes no sense to me. I can't remember what it stands for. I know it's graphic interface format, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, I know that the G is for graphic. So, graphic, GIF. That's just one nerdy question. And I'm also wondering, when you get a song in your head, does it help you to listen to it again, or do you have to avoid listening to it so it gets out of your head? For me, sometimes I have to listen to the song, especially if it's a song that I haven't heard in a really long time that suddenly gets stuck in my head, because that happens to me quite often. But other times, if I listen to the song, it just makes it worse. But so I know some people listen to something that's like the exact opposite to try to get it out of their head and to replace it with something else, but that doesn't usually work for me. If something's stuck in my head, it's just stuck in my head and it eventually goes away. But sometimes listening to the same song helps because it's like my brain wants to hear it, and that's why it gets stuck in my head. Those are two really nerdy questions that I have for you. And, but that's it. And I finished The Fault in Our Stars. I reread it a second time, and now my mom is reading it, or is going to be reading it, and I'm reading the Berlin Stories by Christopher Isherwood, which is what the musical Cabaret is based upon. So I recommend it. I only just started reading the first half of the first chapter, but so far I really like it. And I hope you're all having an awesome week. And Tara, I really hope I see you tomorrow.